Is this a free kayak? There's no one here. And this perfectly good kayak looks like it's just been left there. Now, if I wanted to take it back, I couldn't anyway, but I think that's just been left here. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. So, it's a lovely Tuesday evening. Just thought I'd come for a bit of a walk. It's an absolute travesty. This amazing beach, which I just checked in the binoculars from my house up there, I could see was empty. Now this used to be my favourite beach to come to. One, because it's a 3-minute drive, but two, there's often never anyone here. And three, it's just a beautiful beach. It's not a public beach, it's not very well known, and people often don't know about it. But the problem is now, is they've blocked off the area where you could park to get to it. So there really isn't any way of accessing it now. So I've had to park on the street over there, walk all the way around. The benefit of that is you get it to yourself, but it's like, why would you try and stop people from using this absolutely stunning beach? I don't know. So it's in the middle of rainy season here. We've had a break from the rain today, and as a result, it is incredibly hot and humid. So very soon I will start sweating. Look at these cool things here. These things here, you can't eat them. They look like pineapples. They're part of this mangrove stuff here. Apparently they're very bitter. Can't remember what they're called. Anyway, how have you guys been doing? I've been really busy actually, and when I have had a chance to, let's see if I can sit down somewhere. I'm already getting hot. I tell you what, should we go back to the cave now that you've seen the beach, and I can get some shelter there? That's probably the best idea, because yes, this is picturesque and it is nice listening to that, isn't it? It is nice hearing the waves, but rather than me melt, let's go to that shaded area over there. Right, there's some deep water between the cave and the beach, so I can't. So this is the only bit of shade, so we'll have to do it here. As usual with me, complete chaos. It never goes smoothly. So my mic thing, I put on a dead cat, like a windbreaker, for the first time ever using it. I just opened the package, put it on, walked for about a minute, it's gone. It's on the beach somewhere. I've just looked, I can't find it. Sorry to any potential animals. Yeah, that's just so annoying. That's just so typical me. Nothing goes smoothly. Either the camera doesn't focus, the audio doesn't work. It's an absolute shambles, but please bear with me. So, as I was saying, I've been super busy recently. Both my kids are in a football team and they have football tournaments almost every week. The schedule here in Japan is crazy. They often have to arrive at the pitch at 7 o'clock on Saturday and on Sunday, and the pitch might be an hour away. So the weekend before last, we were up at 5, we had to leave at 5:45 so we could get to the ground by 7. His first game wasn't till 10. So we got there 3 hours early in the heat, but that's just the way it's done. And then we finished at 6:30. So we were there from 7 to 6:30, and it was a little bit shorter on a Sunday, but about the same. That is the schedule here. I sometimes suggest to the Japanese parents, oh, are the parents allowed a bit of free time? No, you're not. Parents aren't allowed free time. Your life is your kids. So that's fair enough. So I've been super busy, and also it's getting so hot here, so when it's not raining, I often do macro photography in the summer. Yes, there are some species I like photographing knocking out in the summer, the ruddy kingfisher and the Japanese paradise flycatcher, but they're kind of far away. They take a lot of effort to go and find them, and you spend hours searching for them, get absolutely eaten by mozzies, dripping with sweat. It's just not that much fun. Whereas I often do macro photography in the summer because A, you can do macro photography anywhere, any green space you can do macro photography. I can just do it for a couple of hours on the way home and then get home and have a cold shower. So I often do macro photography in the summer. I've been up north to Yambado a few times to photograph the endemic woodpecker and the rail. My last video was on the rail, And I was really proud of that video, and sad to say hardly anyone's watched it. Not many people have watched it, and it is kind of deflating when that happens. The video I did before that, which is kind of like this, I just walked on the beach talking rubbish for 20 minutes. My camera didn't even focus properly, and that video got 10,000 views within a week. My fastest growing video ever. Whereas the Okinawan Rail video that I put a lot of effort into, I put a lot of time into, that got about 150 views in the week. I still have no idea how the YouTube algorithm works. It's a complete mystery to me. What might seem rubbish and easy to me is popular with viewers, and what might seem rubbish and boring to viewers, I like. So it's very difficult to know what kind of video to make. And that's where thumbnails and titles are so important. I hate doing thumbnails. I don't like doing titles. In that popular video I did before, one person commented clickbait because the picture on the front was me holding two cameras that said my decision, and I didn't really give a definitive answer, but my decision was basically I'm continuing to use both systems after 2 years. So it wasn't really clickbait, but I can understand what he's saying. But it's so difficult to get anyone to watch your videos. Yes, I don't like clickbait either, but you'll do something to get people in to watch your videos. What seems to work is having your picture in the thumbnail, which I hate. And recently I've been using AI to make a picture of someone who looks like me, but isn't actually me. It just makes you feel a little bit better. But all those famous YouTubers and the successful YouTubers you see, they're always on their videos, and you don't need to see them. We know what they look like, but they still put themselves on each video thumbnail because obviously that is what's popular. Another reason I've been doing a lot of macro photography recently is a company called AK Diffuser very kindly sent me one of those sort of big round diffusers a lot of the serious macro photographers use. I've been curious for years about them. I hadn't actually pulled the trigger, and I contacted AK Diffuser, and they were amazing. They were so kind. They sent me a diffuser which I've been using on and off for the last couple of weeks, and I am really, really impressed, and I will do a video about that sometime in the near future. And that is something that as your channel gets slightly bigger, companies do reach out to send you stuff. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea to watch review videos. I also did one recently of DxO noise removal, and I've got to do some more videos for them because they send me their stuff free. I've got to do a video in return. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but then I like doing in the field videos, but often I do those and people don't watch them anyway. So, you know, basically you can't win. So if I do a review video, please watch it. I try and pick out bits that would be valuable to you guys. So if I do a review on something, please do give it a watch. It helps the channel, and it's just nature of the beast. You know, if people send you stuff, you've got to do a video for it, okay? I don't do videos of everything. I have been sent a number of things recently. One camera I was sent, long story, but I was sent a product by a company somewhere 6 months ago, and I had it for 6 months and it just didn't work. And I told them when they sent it to me, I don't think it's really going to be for me. They sent it anyway, and in the end I sent it back, and I won't do a video about it, and they were happy with that. And I won't say what the product's called, but it just didn't work for me. They thought it would, but it didn't. So basically today's just a bit of a ramble because I haven't done a video for a while and I haven't got anything planned, so I just thought I'd give a bit of an update. I won't say that on the thumbnail, don't have a go at me for clickbait, but if I just say an update of my channel, about 3 people will watch it, and I want people to watch my videos. It's, as I said, deflating if you do a video and no one watches it, so I'll put something on, something photography related maybe, but yeah, please don't say clickbait because I want people to watch. And talking about it can be, you know, as I said, the last video but one, a lot of people watched it and I got some subscribers, and that's really great. But in the last couple of months, I have lost so many subscribers. No, I'm not gaining any, I'm losing them. I'm not sure why that is, whether I've upset people or I don't know. But, you know, YouTube, it can be tough to keep pushing and keep going, especially when you're busy with 2 young kids. So, as I said, if I put anything out, just please try and just give it a like and say hi in the comments. I have thought about Patreon, but I don't have the time to do it. And whether I try and add, like, buy me a coffee or something in the future, I might do. You know, I did want to make some money from YouTube when I started. I knew it wasn't going to ever be much, but I'm making about $25 a month. On a regular month, more than that on a good month. So I really don't make much, and my job is pretty precarious, to be honest. I keep thinking it's going to be my last year as a teacher. I've been a teacher for 22 years, and because of my location, I don't have many options. My Japanese isn't good enough in terms of reading to be working in the local marketplace, really. So I often think what I'm going to do if this stops, and photography is one option. If I can get a little extra money from YouTube, that would be really helpful. So maybe in the future I might do whatever it is, buy me a coffee or something. And if you want to contribute because you like the content, that would be great, but no pressure. I've never asked for anything in the past, and yeah. So what on the photography front? Well, I have been thinking, I don't really have the money, but since my bad accident, I was thinking a lot, and I do want a lens. I want a lens basically between about 100 millimeters and 400 millimeters. I don't really have that focal length covered. I often use my 500 millimeter, and I've got my 300 millimeter, which I love, but it's super heavy and it's a fixed lens. So I don't have anything, you know, between 100 and 300, 100 and 400 to zoom. And I can't afford anything expensive, and I've been looking at the 28 to 400, but I'm just not convinced if the quality is good enough. I've seen a couple of good videos on YouTube, but I've seen so many others where I just don't like the shots. And I've gone onto Flickr, I've gone to other sites looking at photos taken with that lens, and I'm just not particularly impressed. So I'm not sure I really want to go that way. I am really interested in the Olympus 40 to 150 2.8. That is a lens I would use a lot, and I'm really interested in it, but it's not quite wide enough. I wouldn't mind if the 28 to 400 was really good and I knew it would work for the wide end and the long end. I would be really tempted by that lens, but it's still really expensive. I think it's kind of overpriced, that lens. So yeah, put in the comments if you have any ideas about a lens. I still don't know what to get, whether to get the Nikon or Micro Four Thirds. I think probably Nikon, because like when I'm going to England in the summer, I'm probably just going to take my Nikon setup. If I could take something like the 28 to 400, that would cover all the bases, and I would just take my 500 along with it. So yeah, I have been thinking about a lens recently. I actually had a lot of back and forth with Tamron Japan, and they'd set up to do a Zoom interview with me, and at the beginning of the year, and they said, look, we've got this big thing going on, get back to us at the end of March and we'll set up giving you the, what was it, the 50 to 400 to try out. So I was looking forward to that. I waited the 3 months, and then when I eventually got back to them, they said, oh yeah, we've now had a discussion, and because your content, even though you're in Japan, because your content is in English, we'd rather just use people who do their content in Japanese. And I felt a bit deflated by that. I mean, they could have told me that 3 months ago, rather than just waiting for me, having told me they would give me the lens to use so I could do a review. They then sort of let me down at the end, and they said, well, why don't you try somewhere else? But being in Japan, it's really difficult. I've reached out to European companies before, or American companies, and because of my location, it's kind of difficult to get those loaner lenses. So, but then there's nowhere here to rent a lens. There's no one I know I could borrow lenses. So you really have to buy something and then try it and hope that you like it. So it's not ideal. Anyway, that is all just complete mumbo jumbo rubbish, but just thought I'd share my feelings with you and on this nice evening and put something out and eaten by ants. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please say hi. Please do subscribe if you're new. If you've watched one or two of my videos and you like the content, even if this is rubbish, please give me a subscribe. It doesn't cost anything and it helps me a lot. And say hi in the comments. I appreciate all of you who regularly comment and like and all the other stuff. I really do appreciate it. It makes it worthwhile. Yeah, I mean, that's all I want. I just want people to watch my videos, and when they do, it's very heartwarming. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, more camera related. Okay, take care. Bye.